I gotta make sure my hair is good. Like, that's the most important thing, right? Making sure my hair is good. I've been growing it out, though. It's actually grown pretty... It's been growing, you know? My hair's been growing. I'm definitely gonna have to twist it up at some point. You know, I can't imagine myself with twists. Like, I've never had... First of all, there was periods of time where I never really had this amount of hair. Like, I was always just a wave cut. So, for me to grow out this far, it's a milestone. I'm talking about twists now, like braids or something. I don't even know what to do with it. Like, probably get like cornrows or something. I don't know, but I gotta keep it moisturized so it can stay luscious. You feel me? But oh man, today was my last day of the first week of my second year, first semester of college. Oh man, cause I mean, to catch you up to speed, I failed my first year. So this is technically my first year, in some regards. So I'm kind of, betting on me, betting on myself. Always best to bet on yourself, right? But yeah, I just damn, I can't talk anymore. I keep saying, what is that? What the fuck is that? I keep saying and like I don't even know how to speak anymore. Oh my god, I'm rusty. I can't even look at the camera like straight without getting nervous. That's crazy. That's why I keep playing with my hair. Let me put the pick down. Dude, my hair is like non-symmetrical. But anyway, yeah. So today's Friday, and I've been wanting to record this video in particular, which I will just be going over how the vibe was so far. So today, actually, it was weird because I had such a humbling experience, right? That I've been wanting to talk about. I've been eager to talk about it since I had this experience. So basically, well, I think it was Monday. Yeah, I think about Monday, I had met, it's new semester. I with my guy. I met up with him, and then we were just going around, just vibing out. But it was a shorty that I met. She was pretty, very pretty, and she was smart though. She's new to the campus, so we go down and we talk to her, find out she's new, and then like we're about to say, what you about to get into, such and such, whatever. She says she don't really know. She asked what we're about to get into. I said we're about to go to the library. She's like, there's a library. I'm like, yes. She was like, can I come with y'all? Please, come down. So she slides with us to the library, right? So here's what makes her attractive. What made her attractive was that when we walked in the library, the first thing she asked me is, well, she was already pretty, by the way, but like what made her attractive in a like non just physical way, she asked me where the novel's at. I've never had a girl ask me where the novel's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had a girl ask me where the party at, where the drinks at, but I never had a girl ask me where the novel's at. So when she said that, I'm like, you read? She's like, yeah, I read. That was like plus 10 points in my head. So basically, we spent like the next hour talking about books, psychology, all this type of shit. Like her telling me about how she's written papers on love and the hormones and the chemicals that go along with it, all types of shit, right? And I was just listening. I was just eating that shit. Like, yes. I was eating it up. You feel me? So that was Monday, okay? And I go to school Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So Wednesday comes, because I didn't get her number. I didn't get her number. So I was like, I'm thinking, I'm betting on I'm going to see her again, so it doesn't really matter. And Wednesday comes. First of all, I don't see her. I don't know what I did Wednesday, to be honest, but I've been going to the gym, making sure I do that. This is basically like a summary of my week, by the way. This isn't necessarily about Shorty. This is just a summary of my week. So I go to the gym now. My boy paid for my pass because I'm down bad right now, so I'm looking for work. But he blessed me, my boy Meat, in one of my other videos. He blessed me. He paid for my pass, and I'm not ashamed to say it. It was $60. That's a W, homie. W, friend. You feel me? What else? See, I'm saying a lot, but I'm thinking a lot, so it's okay. So I've been going to the gym. That's low-key been helping. And then comes today. Here comes my humbling experience, right? So sometimes I have these moments where I'm like hella stoic-y, right? Like I'm listening to like gurus on YouTube, and I'm like connecting to the inner God within myself and all that type of shit. And I'm just hella set back. I feel out of myself. Everything's an out of body experience when I'm in those types of mindsets. So I'm like in the corner, people watching. Like I'm looking at people and shit. Like I'm seeing through their soul. They see me seeing them. They're like, what is wrong with this nigga? Why is he looking at me like this? And then I'm like, bro, maybe I should just dial it back. But basically I'm doing this today. This is all today. And I'm sitting down. And here's the humbling experience that I had, okay? And it's not that big of a deal, but it was just interesting how it was just all happening, because I've been in this mind frame of like I said, I've been listening to the guru, and so the gurus listen to a guru. The guru that I've been listening to this is real shit, by the way. Like, this is very important. He talks about ego, like the ego, right? I guess like ego death. But in order to reach a certain point of enlightenment, you have to get rid of that ego or suppress it in some regards, or in most regards, right? So that's kind of where my head was left off at, because that was like the last topic that I listened to recently. And his name's Ram Dass, by the way. And it's funny because now that I started listening to him, I randomly saw a quote on our campus wall that I've been seeing, but I never knew who he was until I started listening to him. And then I saw that same quote again like a year later, which was recently. And it's like, quote Ram Dass. So maybe there's like a universal connection there. But basically, so there's like this ego thing, right? And it's understanding, or it's many different things. But the way that it happened to me was, so it's crazy because I always find a way to connect things back to a female, which is probably one of my downfalls. But everybody has their vice, okay? Females is just my vice. So there's like a few girls that I already find attractive, that I'm already into, right? And so one of them is two of them is in my class, but like there's a main one, because they're like always together. It seems like they might even be related. But the one that I'm talking about, so I've been plotting since I seen her. You know what I'm saying? And so I seen her today after class, and I'm like, it was so weird. Like I was just like, see you Monday. I was like, see you Monday. And it was like as I was walking past her, and she was like, yup. And I was like, what the fuck did I just say? But I said it. I don't even think it was see you Monday. I don't think it was that. I think it was just how I said that shit. Like I said that shit like somebody handed my ass a script and said action, and like nigga, it was so cinematic-y, like what? And so basically that happened. But later that day, I come to the same building that I said that shit at. Time goes by. I'm sitting down working on some stuff, and I see her walking, okay, with another dude, and there's nothing wrong with that. But here's what I'm saying. Here's my whole spiel about the point that I'm trying to make. So I see her walking with this other dude. She's laughing, giggling, and then like out of nowhere, my body tenses up. Like I get mad tense, and you know like when some shit kicks off and you just feel stupid after. Like that's how I felt. Like I felt like I did some shit in that particular moment that made me feel embarrassed. Like I don't know why. And I kind of want to dive into that, because when that was happening, it was almost as if I realized that shit was happening, and I was like, why is this happening? Like I was aware of it. I wasn't like soaking in it or anything like that. Like I started to call out the things that I felt, which was envious, not jealous, envious, because some people confuse the meaning of jealousy and envy, but it was envious, which is wanting something that someone else has, okay? Jealousy is the fear of someone taking something you already have. Okay, so I don't have her. And I wasn't having her smile. So I think I was just envious of the dude that was like having her laugh and that type of shit. And so I felt envious. I think I felt embarrassed because I felt like the nigga in the corner watching this shit occur, because I was the nigga in the corner watching this shit. I was literally that. So somehow I felt embarrassed. But that's not even just that. So what happens right after is another girl another girl that I was interested in. I guess you could, I don't know if I say I was still interested, but I was interested in her in the past, but it never like died off. So I just stopped seeing her. So I kind of just forgot. But then I seen her today and I was like, damn, that's so-and-so. You feel me? And she just goes past and no acknowledgement at all. Not that she has to. Like that. Here's something I want to stress as well. Nobody has to say anything. This is more so about the shit that I was dealing with internally, and me just wanted to say it and also address it. How it's just weird how I was feeling this like sense of hostility. Like I'm low-key kind of putting myself on blast, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this isn't like on some all day they walk past me and this, that, and the third and fuck them. Like no, not at all. The whole point about this is just me coming to a realization that these tensed up ass feelings was there, and I had like this second nature or second conscious that was hovering above these feelings and like, yo, okay, what the fuck is this? Like, why are you feeling this way? Nigga, you have no reason, no right to be feeling this way. There's nothing going on. Like, you don't even know these people from a can of paint for real. You just find them attractive. So, and then what happened right after that second girl, the third girl, but here's low-key what pissed me off. Like, what pissed me off with the third girl. The third girl was the girl that I met on Monday, who I was like chopping it up with for like an hour straight. She was talking to me about all this shit about books and psychology and this, and all that. And it was cool. It was vibes. So I see her, and I low-key been like hoping to see her again, right? So she walks past, and mind you, I'm still sitting in the like where I'm sitting, I'm working on some shit. And I see her walk past, and we make like the split second of eye contact. Like she does like a look, and then notices me, and turns her head quick as shit. Now this could all be in my head, but in my mind, she just ducked me, bro. She dead ass just ducked me. Like my mind just got ducked, and I'm livid. Like I'm having it, bro. Like I'm straight, bro. I'm about to flip the table over and shit. Like, why y'all don't know? Like, what the? So y'all don't see me here? Type of vibe. Like, I'm about to go crazy. Like, I know y'all see me. Like, that's how I'm feeling. And so I had to bring it back down. Like, and so that was my whole point about the whole ego thing. Because when I start feeling those things, I was like, damn, maybe this is the whole idea of having an ego. And this is also the idea of coming to acknowledgement and awareness of it as well. That I do have an ego and that I need to put it in check, because had I not started calling out those emotions that I was feeling, I was really calling them out. I was like, okay, this is envy, this is embarrassment, this is validation seeking, attention seeking, this is like all this, and I was literally just saying what it was. I normally wouldn't do that. Like I would just dwell in whatever feeling it was. But I think it's because I've been listening to the shit I've been listening to. It kind of gave me some sort of clarity and like almost like a second opinion, over myself though. And that low-key relieved a lot, if not all of the stress. And it's crazy because when like I started laughing at myself, like in the middle of like just nothing. Like people were there, I was just laughing by myself, which low-key probably sounds so crazy. It looked so crazier at the time because I low-key seen some nigga looking at me sitting down on the couch while all of this was taking place. And he got up and walked away. Like nigga, have you just been watching my ass the whole time? So I don't know, but I started laughing because I realized how silly it was. Like how silly it is to have an ego, and so how easy it is to have an ego too. about nothing though, like about small things. Like these are all small things. And so that's kind of how my school day today went, which it was low key interesting because I wrote this thing down. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna definitely be able to find this right here. Give me 1 second. I wrote this thing down. This thing. It's a quote that I actually liked, that I came up with while I was dealing with all this shit. My turtle stinks. Sorry if you can smell it, but okay. So here's what I wrote down. I was like, and I guess I'm on my slam poetry shit. Like we finna snap, not clap. So I said, sometimes I resent those who gave me the impression that I was more important than I actually was. Then again, I must be thankful to the few who spared me of my true insignificance. So I'll say that one more time. Sometimes I resent those who gave me the impression that I was more important than I actually was. Then again, I must be thankful to the few who've spared me of my true insignificance. Now, I'm not saying that's like some philosophical shit, but that was like a summary of that exact moment. And I wrote it like right in during the midst of all of it because I didn't want to forget it, because I knew that I was going to probably record today and bring that up. And so basically what I'm saying is, when we grow up, we get told that and it's usually by our families, our teachers, maybe even our friends, maybe even the shit that we watch. I don't know, but we just get told that we're this, we're that, like, or you're great, you're intelligent, basically you're this star of the world. I mean, you can fill in any trait, any good positive trait. And I'm not saying that it's not true in some cases, but I think that all of this goes to our head and feeds our ego. And so it's like, in that moment, I was realizing, like, damn, maybe this importance that I contain in the world only goes as far as those who actually care about me, who actually know me, who actually, give a fuck about my well-being, not random people or even people whom I just met. Like, I think it was just so easy for me to assume that I would get some type of validation, for lack of better words, or some type of attention from them for whatever reason, because I'm me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm me, so I must be worthy of X, Y, and Z, and this, that, and the third. And so the reason I say I resent those who've brought me into this mind frame, it's like, it's not because I hate them. Resentment is a strong word, but it's just more of a lack for a better word, which is basically saying like damn, I was given this inflated ego by those around me. But then in the next sentence I say, what did I say? I say I thank them. What did I say? I say, then again, I must be thankful to the few who spared me of my insignificance. And that's like also very true. Like, although I resent them for giving me this inflated ego, they didn't give me the inflated ego. They gave me some type of validation or some type of nourishment, and in a sense of acknowledging my presence. So I have to be thankful for that as well on one hand. So it's like, on one hand, it's like I resent them because they gave me the things that I needed to feel good about myself, which caused me to assume that everybody else would feel the same way. But on the other hand, it's like, although everyone else don't feel the same way, that in itself should be the reason why I should be thankful for those who spared me of my insignificance, because they didn't neglect me. They didn't tell me from the jump, oh, you're not shit, you're one of many in this world, you're just a fraction of a fraction, you're not much. So it's like a weird toss. I mean, I hope that makes sense. I think it does make sense, to be honest. It's gonna make sense to whoever it makes sense to, but it makes sense to me. And I thought that was something that was like low-key dope. Like, that was a dope as humbling experience. And it was humbling because I took the time to step outside of the ego forest for a few minutes and actually like acknowledge everything from like a bird's eye view. So that's where like the humility and the humbleness came, because had I not become aware of it or took the time to acknowledge it and even laugh about it at the end, I mean, I'd probably still have some type of built up, like I said, envy, embarrassment, or I don't even know, like a attention-seeking mind frame, like within me, just pushed in the back of my head. And maybe I do, because clearly I was projecting that in some way, in some fashion. But I think that the best ways to, get past that is to start acknowledging it in a verbal context. Like, okay, dude, you're feeling yourself right now. These people don't owe you shit. They don't know you. You don't know them. You don't owe them shit. Like, here are the things that you're experiencing right now. This, that, you know what I'm saying? This, that, that. And you just start naming things. Like, that's the best way to become not only aware of the ego, but I also think that's a very good way of defending against it. Defending yourself against it and finding ways to fight back. So you don't always continue that, because, to be honest, that's just not a good thing to feel, and that's just bad energy. Like, that's just completely bad energy on my end, completely on my end. But I mean, I got myself in check pretty quickly, and I think it's because of the things that I've been listening to as well, and also putting into practice. So that's how my week went. I'll probably do this again. I got some other things that I want to talk about as well that I'm eventually, record. But this was more just so off top because I didn't want to let this day go by without, talking about my week, and especially talking about this moment today that happened. So, yeah. Where's my outro? What should I say? What do I always say? I always be like, from the most serious to the simplest of issues, young people specifically, deal with these types of problems daily. We never know how what they're experiencing actually affects them mentally. However, it can affect us mentally, potentially moving us forward to hurt others and or ourselves, even going so far as to commit suicide. So this is me leaving my door open for us to have a chance to talk, and I hope others will do the same and join us. Remember to go and inspire somebody beloved as we close. One community, one world, be peaceful. That's the longest fucking outro I've ever, oh yeah, alright, bye.